What's up, guys? It's your boy BTJ bringing y'all another video, and today 2K dropped a new MyGM / MyLeague blog, and it has lots of new, great, interesting information for us. And I'm just gonna go over a little bit of the key points in that blog. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. So what 2K is doing this year is that they have created a new MyGM story mode. So basically it's a narrative story mode, and basically what it is a story mode where you can make all the decisions up to yourself, and the story is based around those decisions. So the MyGM is now called the next chapter, and this is centered around you as the GM, and you do all the stuff from dealing with the expectations from your owner, the staff, the press, and other GMs, and of course the players. So lots of new interesting things about this mode, which is interesting because I never thought they would make MyGM a story mode, but yeah. They've also added lots of new features to the MyGM / MyLeague modes. They've added supermax contracts, like with Steph Curry and Harden and John Wall. They all have supermax contracts, so you can now give players on your team supermax contracts, which is cool. They also now have a new roster minimum where teams are now required to carry up to 14 players. You can't have less than 14. So this should mean you should be able to have more. You should be able to have more players on your roster. So the maximum should be maybe around 18 to 19. Hopefully that is the case. They have the over 38 rule, which applied to David West this year and Pau Gasol. They also brought back the G League, and they added two-way contracts as well with the G League integration. We haven't had the G League in so long. I think the last time we had the G League was 2K11, 2K12. They also have added the free agent moratorium period, which is the little week before you can actually sign players. So free agency usually starts on July 1st. You actually can't sign players until July 7th. But in 2K18, they're only gonna make it 3 days just so it won't be as long. And you can set up meetings with free agents. They also got international draft prospect stashing. So basically you can draft a player and he's probably gonna stay over in Europe for a couple seasons, and then he'll come back to America. That's kind of like what happened with Ginobili and a few other players. But yeah, they got the analytics tools, which is for NBA stat heads who like to follow the stats like that, and it's to help you find players that will improve your team. So players who perform well in not a lot of minutes you should be looking at, versus players who play a lot of minutes and don't perform that well for how many minutes they're getting. So you can now this year trade draft rights. Usually in previous 2Ks you could never do this. The only way you will be able to trade for another player that was drafted is if the other team offered them for you. When you would draft the player, it would say, oh, you have 24 trade offers, and you would look and it would be Lonzo Ball as a person you could trade for. That was the only way you could get other draft players that were already drafted. You couldn't actually trade for them yourself, but this year you can actually do that. I'm pretty sure they added this because they saw the Jimmy Butler trade and people are going to be like, I want to do that. So other things that they improve the draft class generation, just to make it better. They have alternate uniforms. You can rebrand your existing arena with your created or relocated teams. They also added an all-star selection experience type of thing, where the all-star game location will rotate between all 30 teams in the NBA. So they also added the player accessory frequency, so players like LeBron James can now get a headband if you change their frequency options, because they have 5 frequency options: never, rarely, sometimes, often, and always. So basically what that is back when LeBron was in Miami, he would have the always option for his headband. But now since he's been in Cleveland, he would have the never option for his headband. So yeah, that's basically how that works. They improved the searching for created teams and stuff like that, and you can save your favorite creators. They added the hardship exception for teams with a lot of injuries. They added a jump shot creator, and the last thing that's key is that they have now allowed you to be able to create a player in your MyLeague while you're in the MyLeague game mode or whatever. I don't think it works for MyGM, but I think it's just for MyLeague that you can add players. Oh, another thing, they added some new relocation cities, but none of them are really that important. But yeah, I think that's it. I think that this year they added a lot of great new features to the MyLeague MyGM mode. The whole MyGM the next chapter is an interesting new thing that they added by making it a story mode, and it's a narrative story mode. So it's gonna be interesting to see how people's MyGM is going to play out. MyLeague is basically the same. It's just that they've added so many new features that it's a very big improvement from last year. So I think that's going to wrap up the video for today. If y'all like the video, go ahead and leave a like. It lets me know that y'all like me doing these type of videos. Also, go ahead and hit subscribe if you haven't before. Also, follow me on Twitter. The link is down in the description below. And yeah, it's been your boy BTJ, and I'm out. Peace. What's up, guys? It's your boy BTJ.